Oh no! Another Hollywood celebrity has fled from Twitter! How the heck are we ever going to manage to go on without Alan Ritchson? Who the hell is that, you say? Yeah, I had no idea who he was when I heard the name either. But it turns out that it's the guy who plays Jack Reacher. So how the hell can a guy who damn near looks exactly like Giga Chad be such a woke beta crybaby? Well, damn if I know. But let's go ahead and dig into his absolutely idiotic reasons for leaving. Because as you can see, they always feel the need to put out a speech like they are running for office or something when they decide to leave. And his is absolutely loaded with lies and projection, which is no surprise at all. So let's check it out. Reacher's Alan Ritchson quits Twitter, provides bogus reasons for leaving, including the conspiracy theory that Elon Musk is manipulating the midterms. Reacher star Alan Ritchson recently shared a video to Instagram declaring Elon Musk's Twitter as dangerous and explained why he's quitting the social media site. Dangerous. Yes, we've heard it a million times. The woke cult always tries to make their case how free speech is a danger to society, though they never actually manage to make any good arguments and only show us all that they are nothing more than censorship-loving degenerates. When people show you who they really are, believe them. So, here's the video in question that he posted to his Instagram page. Let's give it a little play, shall we?
There was a king who loved wine, and generously wanted to lavish upon the good citizens of his kingdom his love of wine, and so he invited all the villagers far and wide from the countryside to his castle for a feast. And so the banquet hall was filled on feast day with friends and strangers alike, everybody eagerly awaiting to taste the king's prized wine. As the king asked the good citizens to have a seat around the banquet hall table, he began to pour wine, but he poisoned a few glasses along the way. Some of the citizenry noticed this and asked the king why he was poisoning the cups. And he said, "This is essential, that everybody enjoy the wine as is, whether it's poisoned or not." And of course, as you can imagine, his kingdom lost a few citizens that day.
Oh, God. It's almost like I completely anticipated a pretentious celebrity would start his "Why I'm Leaving Twitter" speech with such a pompous metaphor. The king poisoned the cups of the good citizens. So freaking cringe.
This is who Elon Musk is as a free speech absolutist. Knowing that some of the cups are going to be poisoned and insisting that we all partake in this feast together anyway, will not bode well for all of us.
Yeah. Elon Musk is a free speech absolutist, which is absolutely a great thing. But this constant narrative that he will allow absolutely everything to be said on the platform is an absolute lie. I've said and showed this over and over. There will still be content moderation. And even though I do have my own personal concerns over the exact kind of people who will end up on his moderation council, I still agree that there needs to be something in place. It cannot become absolute bedlam.
There must be some intolerance for the poison cups among us. We cannot be tolerant of everything. That's the tolerance paradox. It requires us to be intolerant of the intolerant.
Speaking of poisoned cups, Twitter was already a poisoned cup. I don't know how many times I need to bring up their previous history of defending themselves over the fact that CP was all over the platform and they never did anything to remove it.
As a free speech absolutist, Elon Musk believes that all speech, whether it's hate speech or misinformation, something he has a penchant for, should proliferate his site.
Hate speech? Yeah, I don't believe in that. And perhaps their favorite word of all time, misinformation. Once again, he's making it sound like there will be absolutely no content moderation whatsoever. You see how hard he's trying to push that lie?
He relied on the Santa Monica Observer propaganda site with low credibility rating by the MBFC, the Media Bias and Fact Check organization. They rate it low credibility for poor sourcing, fake news, lack of ownership transparency, and often they are an imposter site. The owner of the site, SMMC LLC, appears to be inactive. So there's really no way to know who's running or operating the site, and that lack of transparency is a major issue for a newspaper, an online newspaper, trying to claim some kind of journalistic integrity.
I absolutely love him using the media bias and fact check organization like it's some kind of epic own in order to bolster his argument. You gotta be kidding me with this shit. Talk about pushing your own propaganda and fake news. There's nothing less trustworthy than the fact checker organizations.
Elon has crippled ahead of the midterms, so this is politically motivated, the tools that his employees were using to use content moderation and policy enforcement tools that would manage hate speech or misinformation. So crippling that, and obviously relying on sources like the Santa Monica Observer makes Twitter a hotbed for misinformation. We've seen how cancerous and detrimental that can be to our society. Very dangerous.
You know, I really hate it when they keep using scare words like cancerous to our society. He just keeps trying to insinuate that there will be little to no content moderation, which again is an absolute lie. And because Elon Musk shared one article from one website, he's using it as the basis for his entire argument, which is absolutely laughable. And are you serious here? The old Twitter was already interfering in elections on a staggering level. You know, like covering up the Hunter laptop story, which Jack Dorsey even later admitted to doing and claiming, whoops, sorry, it was a mistake. Elon Musk hasn't crippled a thing. This guy's just throwing a hissy fit, probably because Elon told his over 100 million followers who to vote for.
And then lastly, there are security issues involved with selling a verification mark, the blue check mark, to everybody.
So he's obviously pissed off about the $8 check mark. Multi-millionaire celebrity mad he must pay $8 for Twitter checkmark. Now there's a headline for you.
Already, I live in a world where many people are cons or frauds, and they are using my identity to seek people's affection or their money or whatever the scam is. There are at any one time dozens or hundreds of people approaching fans as if they are me or my management team, and ultimately seeking something nefarious from that interaction. And it's difficult for people to suss out who they're talking to, even with verification on Twitter and Instagram. When those imposter identities can buy the blue check mark, it's going to be infinitely harder for people to understand who they're dealing with. It is a security concern for people like myself.
So this is absolute bullshit. And Bouncing into Comics made a great point on this in the article below. Ritchson's claim about Musk charging for a Twitter verification being a security risk makes absolutely no sense either. If charging a fee is somehow a security risk, that risk already exists without it being charged. So Ritchson should have already vacated the website before Musk purchased it. Exactly, dead on. The issue was already there, and if he were actually serious about it, he would have left a long time ago. But he can't fool us. He's just pissy because his team is no longer controlling the platform. It's as simple as that. Back to the video.
As much as anybody want fairness, I want to live in a world where everybody is a valued customer or VIP.
Bullshit, you want fairness. Everything you are indicating here is that you want anything but fairness. Because that's all that Elon is bringing to the platform. Fairness and equal moderation. And you're throwing this hissy fit and planning to leave over it.
Or has a blue check mark. But there are, when it comes to this, with the anonymity that's prevalent in the online community, this is a danger to people like myself and to those who would be on the receiving end of some scam or some nefarious interactions.
And to this, Elon already proved full well that imposters are not allowed on the platform. You know, I made a video on it just a few days ago when he banned Kathy Griffin. If Alan here actually had a problem, you know, he's famous enough that he could have contacted Elon Musk himself over his supposed security issues. But as I said, it isn't about that. If it were, he would have done so.
For that and several other reasons, I'm deleting my Twitter, and I would encourage you to as well.
Well, good riddance, buddy. Cries a river. It's just a shame that he's such a whiny twit, because his Jack Reacher show is actually pretty good. So, I wonder who will be the next to make a big, grand, leaving Twitter speech that I'll be able to rip apart. I'll definitely be waiting for it. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Also, please like and share the video, and please consider subscribing if you enjoy my content. And I'll catch you all later.